Hey guys, Tarke here, and I want to go through the very fresh Energy Shield and Life Developer Manifesto which just dropped. Before we get into this, I have been drinking earlier today, so I'm a little bit... I'll be alright, but if I have to reread one or two things, then we'll be okay. But I want to get this out there right away. I haven't read this manifesto yet. I was in bed watching Master of None on Netflix. Discord started popping off. I saw there'd been this thing here. So this is my completely off the bat, fresh, live reaction. Let's get in. Okay. So, Energy Shield and Life. We'll be making a large number of changes to Energy Shield and other defenses as part of the Fall of Oriath beta. This manifesto aims to explain why we've decided to make changes to Energy Shield and what these changes will be. So far, so good. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. This text is a little bit too small for my eyes, but I'll say that I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for you guys here. Let's read along. Why was a change required? The Chaos Inoculum Keystone let Energy Shield entirely replace Life as the resource that made up a character's effective HP pool, or health pool, rather than just augmenting it. Because Energy Shield comes inherently on intelligent-based equipment and has multiple mods that increase the value from the equipment, we saw a far greater growth in Energy Shield values from well-rolled items than we did Life bonuses. It's pretty fair enough. Basically, what they're trying to say is because it scales so efficiently with int, if you have a well-rolled piece of gear with a bunch of int on it and good ES values, it scales harder than like the average life rare with a bit of strength. Pretty straightforward. This factor, as well as other factors like the increase to Energy Shield from intelligence and the power of the discipline aura, meant with very well-rolled items, a player could achieve colossal values of Energy Shield. Colossal. Massive, yeah. We've seen characters reaching over 25,000 Energy Shield, while still having the damage output to sufficiently complete all content in the game, compared with the 9,000 life, with a very heavily invested life character with perfect items could reach. I mean, that's, you know, a Combs build right there. That's a good Combs build. I think 9,000 is a bit high, but fine. 7 to 8k I'd accept, whatever. Basically, Energy Shield is better than Life. In addition, with Vaal Pact, Ghost Reaver, and Zealot's Oath Keystones could be used to compensate for any situation where the build found itself lacking, with the small exception, very small exception, of Life Flasks. The combination of a huge effective health pool and complete access to recovery mechanics removed almost all of the challenge from the very toughest encounters in the game. To solve this problem, we've made some changes at certain points that reduce the power of Energy Shield at the very end of the game without undermining it at lower levels. So, scaling. Okay, that's interesting. How are they going to do that? Reductions to levels of Energy Shield. All local Energy Shield modifiers on items, as well as the base Energy Shield of items, have been reduced at higher levels. Very low level items will see a slight increase or no change, scaling up to a 33% reduction at the highest tier of modifiers. Below is a screenshot showing comparison of similar items before and after the change. Okay, so a 752 ES chest would turn into a 559. Oof. So these mods, I'm guessing, is because they've... There's local issues. Okay, so yeah, they've reduced the mods and the base. So the base got hit, and the mods don't roll as high. So this is like a comparatively rolled one for anyone confused with why they've made a 121 to 96. That's really interesting. Okay, that's okay. Because of armor/energy shield and evasion/energy shield equipment, we've had to apply this change to the local percentage modifiers on all other armor types as well, to compensate. All inherent values of base armor and evasion rating on equipment are now greater at higher item levels. All inherent? So is that a buff to all armor and evasion gear? Because of armor/energy shield and evasion/energy shield, we had to apply this change to the local percentage modifiers on all other armor types to compensate the inherent values of base. Okay. We've also increased defense grants by all body equipment at high levels by 20%. Okay, so read ahead, Tarke. These changes will not apply to already... These changes will not apply to already rolled modifiers. It will apply to existing base types. Rerolling items with an old value will update to the new value. So Shavs, 448, 351. Okay. We've also reduced the potential to increase energy shield from other sources. Chaos Inoculation no longer has a multiplier to energy shield on a notable behind the keystone. Aileron can no longer craft 5 to 20% increase energy shield in rings. There are other crafted mod changes as well. Oh, long live Tarke life builds. Discipline now provides a lower value of base energy shield up to 33% lower at level 20 of the Gram. It will also provide increased energy shield recharge rate. Okay, that's kind of nice. I like that. They put that little recharge in there. That's nice. After all of these changes, players will still have to reach significantly higher values of energy shield than life. Oh, so they're not doing anything to life? Because I would have wanted them to bring ES down a little bit and life up a little bit. Because currently you only get like nice life values with a comb. So without a comb, it feels shit. So anyway, let's read ahead. Let's read ahead. Current estimates are that a build that balances offensive defense well geared can reach around 15k. Okay. Vaal Pact, Ghost Reaver, and Zealot's Oath. These keystones provided huge bonuses to Chaos Inoculation players without much of a downside. In the beta, we're trying out some extreme changes to Vaal Pact and Ghost Reaver. We'll be iterating on these changes during the beta. Vaal Pact. This keystone will no longer affect energy. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't be so pleased. This keystone will no longer affect energy shield in any way. It will only apply to life leached. So like the Slayer, basically. This is because the higher effective health pool provided by energy shield trivialized some encounters where Vaal Pact let you restore all of your pool in under a second if your damage was sufficient. My right eye has started twitching, apologies. Ghost Reaver. This keystone had a huge downside for characters specializing in both life and energy shield, as they could no longer leech any life but had no penalty for pure ES CI characters. Because we've now added a multiplier to energy shield recharge rate to the keystone, so players will be trading recharge rate for leech. We've added a multiplier to recharge rate. Okay, so you pick up Ghost Reaver and it has a negative now. Interesting. Zealot's Oath. This keystone currently has no changes to it. Good. Zealot's Oath is fine. Mastercrafting. We've made some adjustments to mastercrafting values. Most notably, local flat bonuses to any shield now have a more powerful higher tier modifier. The goal of this modifier is to make it easier to craft worthwhile ES items, make it easier to start CI. Okay, so basically they want to make they fuck with it, but they want the barrier to entry to be lower. Fair. As mentioned above, you can no longer craft percent ES on rings. To greatly reduce the cost of this mod, so it's cheaper for you to place on amulets. So you can still get it on ammies. Okay. Which is interesting because most CI builds want to use like Chayula or something. But okay. So that just puts like further emphasis on getting stun immunity on other slots. Here's a screenshot showing an example of the above mods. Okay. New item modifiers. We're also going to be adding a series of new modifiers to items. Replacing what can be rolled on some hybrid armor to improve both life values and increase the total defense on hybrid armor. All armor will have a new prefix mod that can be rolled that increases flat defense and grant a small value of added maximum life. Eat up, thank you. Your suggestion was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone who watches my stream, I've been talking about this, like, I wanted this for a really long time. This is fucking amazing. Thank you. All armor will now have a prefix modifier that can be rolled that increases flat defense and grant a small value of added maximum life. So we see here, like, 18 to 23 life and some armor, evasion, or, like, this doesn't seem like much, but having this is huge. Huge, huge. You just get this on top. An extra 38 life, that's so good. On every slot, like, that adds up so much. All armor. So, oh, that is be so fucking sexy, man. Fuck yes. We'll be changing flat oh god. Sorry. We'll be changing flat added defense mods on multi-defense armors as well. Previously, an armor ES item could not roll flat local armor and flat local maximum ES as separate mods. These pieces will only be able to roll a combined mod that has both of these stats at 75% of their value. I didn't catch that one. These pieces will only be able to roll a combined mod that has both of these stats at 75% of their value. I'll understand that in the morning. This means that hybrid armor will have a lower potential rating of an individual defense, but better total defense. We'll be keeping a close eye on this change during the beta, as it grants a lower effective health pool for ES characters, but the bonus defenses may compensate for this when used alongside other pure ES items. So like you can get more evasion. So if you did like a trickster, so basically slight buff to trickster maybe. I don't know. We're also going to be adding a series of new suffix modifiers to rare body armors to give them something more rewarding. Body armors that grant evasion will be able to roll additional dodge chance. Body armors that grant armor will be able to roll additional physical damage reduction. And energy shield armors will be able to roll additional energy shield recharge rate. We may be adding other interesting modifiers as suffixes to other item slots during the beta if this is successful. How would that work with hybrid like armor ES gear? So if it was a hybrid armor ES, hybrid armor evasion, could I roll dodge and Physmit? That'd be so good. As you can see, there are a lot of changes to any shield as well as item defenses in general. We've gone for an approach that adjusts a wide variety of factors, so we're relying on the beta to give us time to about how these affects different aspects of any shield builds. We're looking forward to seeing how these changes evolve during the fall of Aura development and beyond. So just quickly to reiterate, this is really fucking interesting. Really interesting. Hybrid gears may be more powerful, but you'll have less CS, but like more overall defense, if I read that correctly. This is amazing. Like, fucking Craigasm. This is hilarious, and I apologize for anyone who's stuck playing Blue Life, but this is just like... But Tarke, why do you play your shitty right side of tree life builds? Why, Tarke? Why do you play your shitty bow builds? Feels fucking good, man. Just drinking in the tears. I'm a smug feline. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, so good.